Hello and welcome to Untwisted Threads. This yarn is called Daisy and it's a brand new yarn that was released from Drops just a few months ago. This 100% extra fine merino wool yarn currently features 26 colors. The colorway we chose is 12 Caramel, a warm mid-brown. This 50-gram skein with 110 meters or 120 yards works up as a DK weight yarn. The suggested gauge on 4mm needles is 121 stitches by 28 rows per 10 centimeters or 4 inches. In today's video, we're going to review and score Drops Daisy using our 5 categories, which are availability, softness, traction, durability, and cost, to help you decide if this is the best yarn for you and your next project. Let's get started. For availability, we give Drops Daisy a score of 2 out of 5. With this yarn being new, I honestly would take this rating with a grain of salt, as I imagine more shops will be carrying this yarn in the future. If you're in the United Kingdom, I would love to know if this yarn is being sold in your local yarn store. When I ordered this yarn from the United Kingdom, I purchased mine from a private seller on Etsy. But after ordering, I noticed that Wool Warehouse added Daisy to their website and they offer international shipping. For softness, we give it a score of 5 out of 5. If you're familiar with merino yarn, you may be aware of its softness, and Daisy is no exception. Merino is recognized as one of the softest wools to work with. The merino fiber is very fine, and it can't be prickly like other wools are because it can't stand up to the weight of itself. Merino is a great option for someone like me with sensitive skin. For a softness rating, fibers are given a micron count. The smaller the number, the softer the fiber will be. Merino yarns are typically a 20 micron count, whereas Peruvian Highland wool is typically around a 27. Even though this yarn is not superwash treated, which typically adds softness to a fiber, it is still very soft to the touch on its own. I have experience with some merinos that were not as soft as I would have hoped, but I consider this one to be on the softer side and very enjoyable. Similar to other wools, merino yarn is a highly sought after fiber for clothing companies because merino features characteristics like being odor resistant, breathable, hypoallergenic, wrinkle resistant, antimicrobial, and durable. So not only would this beautifully soft merino yarn be nice and soft to wear, but it would also keep you warm. For traction, we give it a score of 5 out of 5. The construction or spin of this yarn didn't give me much worry. The yarn features a high twist with little to no stray fibers. Unlike more rustic wool, merino yarns like this one just glide so smoothly and in my opinion are a dream to work with. You won't have to worry about it slowing you down by sticking to your needles or other fibers. With that being said, if you're a beginner or aren't a big fan of working with softer yarns, I recommend trying this yarn with bamboo needles to give you a little bit of grip. But for me, I had a great experience when working with it. For durability, we give it a score of 4 out of 5. Often softer yarns don't hold up well to wear and tear and are prone to pilling. Because merino wool fibers are more fine, it is a little delicate on its own. However, the higher twist of this yarn definitely adds some strength, allowing it to withstand greater tension and stress. As mentioned on the Drops website, this yarn, because it's not superwash treated, is feltable. Simply put, this means that you should be cautious with washing and choosing a project for this yarn, as places like your underarms could experience the yarn to felt together when you wear it. So I suggest maybe not knitting a close-fitting garment with this one, but more of an oversized fit. You could also add another yarn in addition to this one to help prevent it from felting. For cost, we give it a score of 5 out of 5. For being a 50-gram skein, you can expect to pay around $4.55 per skein, depending on the conversion rate from the British pound. meaning a size medium sweater would cost approximately $46 US, which I think is a great price. Although it's mostly available in the United Kingdom, even with shipping to the US, this is absolutely a budget-friendly yarn to work with and consider for your next project. Overall, we give Drops Daisy a score of 4.2 out of 5. Now yes, it may not be super widely available yet since it is so new. However, Daisy has made its way to my top 10 list for sure, and maybe even my top 5. Purchasing at Wool Warehouse makes it so easy to order and ship to here in the United States. But if you're considering working with this yarn, take this as my encouragement and motivation for you to try it out for yourself. We had a look on Ravelry and wanted to share a few pattern recommendations with you, hopefully to inspire you for your next project using this yarn. The first pattern is called the Kerr Sweater by Rebecca Clow, also known as the Crayabea. This beautiful colorwork sweater was released last fall and uses a DK weight yarn. It features a drop shoulder, stockinette, and a colorwork panel in the midsection of the sweater and sleeves. A really cool feature for this pattern is that you can choose to knit one pattern repeat of the colorwork section or two. I think that this pattern would look really beautiful knitted up in this yarn, especially the drape and oversized fit. It recommends a 4mm needle to get a 22 stitch gauge, so you may need to go down a needle size to meet gauge. The next pattern is the Storm Sweater by Petite Knit. It is an all-over striped texture sweater with an oversized fit. It is worked from the top down, starting at the back yoke with short row shaping for the shoulders. Since Daisy has a high twist of its fibers, the texture and stitch definition this yarn creates would really make the stitch design stand out in this pattern. Again, with the oversized fit and the drape, I really think it would be a beautiful combination. The last pattern, which was just released this week, is called the Fairlight sweater, and you may recognize it from previous videos because it's actually my design under my designer name Stitching Simply. It is a slightly oversized top-down sweater featuring optional short rows and a round yoke with a simple colorwork design on the yoke. For my sample, I used 3 colors, but you also could make it more simple by using one color for the main color and another color for the design details. Again, with the high twist of this yarn, I really think it would be a great choice for a colorwork pattern with nice and clean stitches. I would love to make another sample with maybe a high neck and using this yarn with off-white as the main color and caramel for the colorwork design. What do you think? Have you used Drop Daisy yarn before? What yarn would you like for us to do a review on next? We would love to hear your thoughts and recommendations in the comments below. If you enjoyed today's review, please give this video a like and subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time.